What is up, guys? This is the Anarchist. Like, subscribe, check out my other videos. Today I'm going over lightsworn Chaos. This is the more competitive version of lightsworn that I see. This is more like my old godsworn deck, RIP Dragon Rulers. Really miss that deck, it was so much fun. This is as close as I can get to it in this current game, whereas the other one required more on like rank 7s and rank 4s. This one is more synchros or rank 4s. And with Trick Clown, the Clown Blade engine, sort of, it's become fun, but it's still not as good as it used to be. And yep, I thought show you a profile. So first we play Triple Judgment Dragon, 1 Blacklisted Soldier Envy at the beginning. I don't feel I need to explain these because your main boss monster and always a power card. 2 Gauze. I will say Gauze plus Curry Bandit is an amazing play, but I might cut 1 Curry Bandit for a 3rd Gauze. I don't know how I feel. I might go on to that. 1 Wolf because I play Wolf, Felice, and Thousand Blades because you need something to hit. Actually, and Trick Clown. I used to play, when I first started playing lightsworn, I didn't play Wolf, and I found that when you are milling and stuff, beyond setting up for Judgment Dragon, your opponent didn't fear that so much because they could banish cards out of the grave, and it would sometimes leave your field open and stuff. You don't mind when your monster gets destroyed in your opponent's turn, but if you summon like a Curry Bandit or something, you want to be able to hit something to put some presence on the board to keep your opponent on your toes. Other than that, you can mill your entire deck, but if you haven't got anything to hit and get pluses from the grave, it's going to be more of a struggle. So that's why I play all of them and stuff. Yeah. 1 Gareth, mostly a name, and a bit of a beat stick, but yeah. 3 Black Dragon Collapse Serpents. Great card, banishing your Eclipse Wyverns and stuff. 2 White Dragon Wyver Buster, because it searches. It's basically Chaos Dragon. These are the new Dragon Rulers, in effect, because you might want to play the Chaos Sorcerer. These are just cards I'll explain later, but I only play 2 because you do have enough Darks that you can play 2, but I would much rather have the Dragon Rulers back. But it's the 3, let's carry on. 3 Raiden, 1 Lila, Card Trooper but it's a lightsworn and your MST, Trick Clown because it lets you make rank 4s and stuff a lot easier and from the grave and stuff, so I thought, yeah, chuck it in, it will be great. I still feel Eclipse Wyvern is your best way of searching out Judgment Dragon. I played 2 of them because I feel, at best, this is like best case. Whereas in Godsworn, I would every single game end up with triple Judgment Dragon and a Dragon Ruler or 2 in the grave and stuff, and be able to like be insane every game, every turn it seemed as well. In this one, I feel at best you're going to have 2 Judgment Dragons and maybe like a Raiden on board or some other level 4 sort of thing. So, and that is like best case scenario. You will only get 2 Judgment Dragons to your hand, which is not an OTK anymore. I don't feel that even if you milled both Eclipse Wyverns, you may or may not have enough of the banishing agents because you don't have any. I've probably forgotten some rank 4 that lets you banish from your graveyard. If you know of that one, comment it because I'll chuck it in here. But beyond that, this will make rank 4s easier, but as for getting Judgment Dragon, like the whole point of Lightsworn, Eclipse Wyvern is your best option, but it's still really inconsistent now that you don't have something in the grave that banishes to get back out again. I mean, you can play the Light Pulsar Dragon and stuff, which I may well decide to play or not, but for the moment I've gone for the mini Chaos Dragon engines. I'll have a think about Light Pulsar a bit later on. 1000 Blades because it's another thing to hit when you mill and more rank 4s. 1 Felice because it's a tuner and level 4. 2 Honest. Now, I know some people dislike Honest in light decks, but with Turbo Towers going around and so many decks that put out stuff that can't be destroyed except by battle, Honest and you can bluff out an Honest and say, yeah, I've totally got it when you haven't, or you can actually have it and keep a straight face and either keep them on their toes thinking he's got Honest, or they'll forget and you suddenly like destroy their monster. 3 Lumina, like the best lightsworn other than Raiden. Actually, I think even better than Raiden in a lot of cases, because she allows most of your synchro plays. 2 Curry Bandit, as I said, I might swap out a Curry Bandit for an extra Gauze. I just don't know how the format will go like that. 2 Minerva. Minerva is great because of the extra mill, if it's used with Foolish or anything, or even Lumina and stuff. And she's a tuner. I know she searches Judgment Dragon, that's like a side thing of cool, nice, but never going to use it. I don't even think I've got enough lightsworns in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I don't have enough lightsworns in here to search. But she's a nice card, as in she gives you an extra mill, and the most important part is your tuner, so you can play. Actually, that's something I should add. I should probably find a way to fit in Yugioh Guardian, just so you can Lumina Minerva and make Yugioh, but that's something I just want to add to the extra deck. I then play for spells, because you don't want to play any traps if you're playing Gauze. I play 3 Solar Recharge, 1 Monster Reincarnation. I think at best, as I said, you're only going to get 2 Judgment Dragon. How I see it is you're probably either going to draw 1 and banish an Eclipse Wyvern, or you're going to banish an Eclipse Wyvern and do the Monster Reincarnation for 1. And that is, this is just, it's not as good anymore. You can put charge to 3, and you can have full powered lightsworn from back in the day, and this deck will not be as good purely because of how inconsistent getting Judgment Dragon is. So I know we've now got Raiden and stuff, but it's just not the same. I know you can make the synchros, and that's about the only way you're going to push for it, but there are no more insane Godsworn OTKs and stuff. Lightsworn Dragon Rulers or Ruler Sworn was the peak for Lightsworn. That's as best as it's ever been. Yeah, 1 Foolish. Foolish is great because you can hit Wolf, you can send Thousand Blades, you can send Trick Clown, you can send Eclipse Wyvern, you can send Minerva if you want an extra mill. All of that. It's just a nice all-round card. I wouldn't play it in decks where I wasn't playing like the Trick Clown, Thousand Blades, or Eclipse Wyvern and stuff. If I was playing like a really pure version of Lightsworn, I wouldn't play it because I know you can send that Wolf or you can send that extra Lightsworn name for Judgment Dragon, but there are just a few other cards I would rather have to a Foolish. 2 Charge the Light Brigade and 2 Forbidden Lance. Forbidden Lance is great because what you want in this deck is to get your monster summoned and get the mills going. If you can get going, you do in a good place. Without that, you don't mind it dying in the second turn, but the first turn you just want to get the mills down. Then for the extra deck, I play 1 Star Eater, 1 Leo, 1 Trishula, 1 Crimson Blader, 1 Yahtzee, 1 Michael, because it lets you put a load of Lightsworns back, 1 Black Rose, because if you can Black Rose and then Judgment Dragon, you're in a much better state, because a Black Rose will bait out anything to stop the Judgment Dragon, and they will have to have like multiple outs, which they're not really going to have. 1 Dark Rebellion, because you can make it a big beat stick all of a sudden. 1 number 101, because 101 I find is a really good stalling play, as in if you've just been able to make like a Black Dragon and a Trick Clown, you can make 101, you can sit on that, because against anything but meta, your opponent, actually even meta, you've got, unless your opponent can banish this, they've got to waste like 3 resources on it just to kill it, which gives you 2 turns maybe, so that's just really nice. 1 82 because attacking directly is nice. 1 Castel because Castel. Paladynamo, I actually quite like Paladynamo. It makes your opponent's monster's attack become 0 and negates its effect. Also, if it's destroyed, you get to draw a card. So I think it's a really nice card, and you can make it quite easily with Trick Clown and any Lightsworn basically, or even Wyver Buster and stuff. 1 Daguster Emerald because you don't really want to deck out. 1 Cowboy because burn for game, and 1 Dante because it's a mill 3 card trooper from the extra deck. I don't see a downside in this deck. The side deck isn't actually a side deck, it's just cards you might want to play. You might want to play Needlebug's Nest because it just gets you going, as in you starts the milling quicker. Fiend Comedian, yeah. It's not actually that art if you're looking to actually get it, but the card is amazing. It's a win-win card. If you use it, your opponent's either going to have their entire graveyard banished, or you're going to mill a load of cards. So there is literally no downside in this deck. Also an Infernoids. Breakthrough skill, I can understand why you'd play it, but it's not like needed in my opinion, because you can usually make a beat stick and attack over that window or whatever you'd use it on. But you might want to side deck it because of like Shadows and Heroes. Felgrand you might want to fit in, just because if you have Judgment Dragon, double Judgment Dragon, and your opponent stops it, you don't want to mill through your deck. In this, I find this deck is more of an all or nothing if you're going to go for Judgment Dragons, so I don't really want to play it, but I probably would. Chaos Sorcerer, I'm tempted to add one in, just as something else to banish the Eclipse Wyvern, as I still feel that Eclipse Wyvern is the most consistent way, as I've said, to get Judgment Dragon, but it's not as consistent as it used to be. But yep, like, subscribe, tell me what you think, tips for the deck. If you know of a rank 4 or 3 that lets you banish cards from your own grave as well as your opponent's, or just from your own side, comment it below because I've forgotten what it's called. I think there is one out there, but I can't remember it. And yeah, let me know what you think of lightsworn and how they are now, what could help them, because I just hope Dragon Rulers come back so I can play Godsworn again, because I love that deck, it was just so fun. But yep, the Anarchist, signing out.